Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone
welcome to the second sports bar of the week with me, Jason Cuddy, alongside the Chelsea legend that is Carlton Cole. Coley! The club world champions are one step closer to another piece of silver after that huge win against plucky Cardiff tonight. Live here on talkSPORT. Got the job done, but well matched by League One Cardiff for much of the game. Should Chelsea now be going out for all of the cups? Top four, of course, is the aim. We're not in the title race. Top four has to be the main aim, but domestic silverware. It's been a while, by the way. Chelsea fans, what do you think? 03 717 223344. Elsewhere, we'll be heading over to Miami. Had Jake Paul versus AJ this week. I'm also joined in the studio by a comedian, right? Impersonated me. Right, that's what we got him in. I'm going to have it with him. Actually went on social media and impersonated me. It's very good, actually. Howard, James Howard even. And there's plenty more Carabao Cup action to look ahead to tomorrow evening. Get involved. We cannot do the show without you. 03 717 2233. Reminder, you can now watch us on YouTube, Smart TV. This is a Sports Bar live here on talkSPORT. Oh, good evening, one. Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Carlton Cole. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Twice in 2 days I've seen you.
I know.
Last time I saw you, mate, you had about 3 glasses of wine in your hand.
Mate, I'm recovering. I'm in recovery mode.
What was it like? You were at the talkSPORT Christmas party last night.
Oh, it was brilliant. It's like, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was getting in the swing of things. Like,
well, when I left to come do the show.
Well, you get to a point and you think, yeah. 3 shots and that.
Yeah. Shots.
And then all of a sudden the lights come on. You got to go home.
Oh, no. What did you do?
I went home.
Did you not go out?
Mate, do you know what it was? Obviously, we was over in Tower Bridge. Yeah. So everyone was, I'm in an hour whether to go out or not. I was like, no, got the show tomorrow. Plus, I had an interview with Ironcast on West Ham podcast.
Oh.
So, and it was an important one because we invited one of the boss.
Right.
So I had to work.
Who? Not Nuno.
Yeah. So we had to interview. So I had to be on top formers.
So have you got an exclusive for us about Nuno?
What?
Well, you sat down with the big dog.
Mind your own business.
No,
mate.
Coley,
Listen,
come on,
mate.
you can give talkSPORT exclusive.
Your team just played, mate. Your team just played. That's your business. This is mine. All right? Leave it alone.
But you're good, you're well, right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Look, we can look back on that game. Chelsea made hard work of it. They played well, actually, Cardiff. For the first half, I thought they were really good, the better side. But in the end, the bench told. I mean, you can't spend that amount of money and not have a bench. And the big dogs in
Bench is strong in it, though.
Well, ended up, almost like.
And it wasn't a fully strong bench because you could have gone for the big guns. But
Palmer's obviously still coming back from his groin injury, right?
Yeah.
But Casado in the middle of the park. Casado needed a game because he'd been suspended for 3 games.
Yeah,
so he needed a game.
Yeah.
But he made hard work of it, mate. It wasn't particularly great. The first half wasn't a great watch.
No.
But it felt, once we got the second goal, it felt inevitable, that. But fair play to plucky old Cardiff. They had a go, mate.
Cardiff were unreal. I saw them. I was thinking, is this Cardiff?
Yeah.
Are they in League One?
Yeah.
Mate, they made you lot work for
we did. I agree with that.
Your win. So I look at him, I think, and look, their goal, they deserved that goal. I think they deserved a goal at least. And they got it.
They did.
It was a lovely goal as well.
Yeah, by the way, terrible from us. How can you have that much space in the box? Free header. Good header. Great cross, good header.
Great header, great execution, and you look at it and you think, yeah.
It's nice.
They might go on to win this.
Well, do you know what? When it goes in, I'm sitting there with you, I'm thinking...
it might be one of them nights.
Don't say penalties, mate. I can't, because when you get to pens, right, it is...
Yeah.
It's just one of those, anything could happen. We saw what happened with Grimsby knocked down Man United.
I know. See, we saw that.
Yeah.
It's well documented.
Yeah, indeed.
You don't want to be in that ship.
No, you don't, matey. Look, let me ask you this, right? As a Chelsea fan, I know we're not the team that can win the title. We can give a lot of teams a bloody nose, as we've shown.
Yeah.
But domestically, is this now where Chelsea need to? I mean, we don't know you're going to get. There's still some big teams, strong teams in the.
You think the title's gone? I think you're still in.
Coley, we're not good enough. We're not consistent enough. We can be on our day good enough, but over the course of 38 games, we're not good enough to win the title. We're simply not, mate. Yeah. No. I wish I could lie to you. I really
understand where you're coming from there, but at the same time, you got to have hope. Surely, hope that they can do it. Hope they can find another.
No, I think our hope is getting in around second and third. I think we can.
So you get Champions League though, didn't you?
Well, that's a minimum requirement, mate. That's an absolute minimum requirement. We can't be talking about Chelsea outside top 4. That would be a disaster. But in terms of the domestic trophies, we've got Charlton away in the FA Cup. That's not until January. But we're into the semi-final over 2 legs. We'd give anyone a game over 2 legs. So Maresca, defensively, we can be a little bit shoddy at times.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. I mean, I'm just watching their goal again. Yes, it's a brilliant header. Who's he run off the back of?
Tossing?
No, he runs off the... It's a good run. It's a great run, actually. He comes deep, like Frank Lampard-esque. For a deep run.
Nice.
And he runs off the midfielder, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Gusto he runs off the back of.
Gusto, yeah.
And he stays running. It's good. Look, brilliant ball, brilliant header. And we got the job done in the end.
You see like Gusto? Go get your arms out.
Yeah,
get your arms out. Stop him.
Yeah. I don't think he knows he's there, though, Coley. I'm not totally convinced he knows he's there.
Yeah, that's poor defending.
But listen, if you've been at the game, 03717223344, Cardiff have got their eyes on big prize. Look, they come close tonight, played really well. For parts of that first half, I was saying you were the better side, but over the course of the 90 minutes, Chelsea haven't to lean on the bench, and it is a strong bench.
Very strong.
To open up a League One side, it's something really that should happen. The result is really what you should see, but made hard work of it, heavy weather.
Well done, Cardiff.
Yeah, well done. What about Chelsea? We're going to give Chelsea.
Well, no. Chelsea should be. It's a League One.
Just say well done, Chelsea.
You're world champions.
We are world champions. We've got a target on the back. That's what happens, mate.
What's going on?
World champions rock up.
I think that should have been done in the first half, surely.
Yeah. Do you not think though when you do games?
I know how hard it is to go to these types.
They are, especially when he made 11 changes tonight, right? And it is, and I know everyone say you're a Premier League side, and I can't argue with that.
No, you're right.
But the truth is, when you make so many changes, and you've got this Carabao Cup team, and you're away from home, there is something about that. You think, right, we've got a chance here.
Do you know what the worst thing is? The away from home part.
Yeah.
That one there is away, because I remember under Mourinho, when we weren't playing, all the ones that weren't playing regularly would play in like the Carabao Cups and the League Cups, and not the FA. We didn't even get the FA Cup, but we got that cup.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, and he used to put it on us in the press. He'd go, yeah, well, if they're good enough, they'd win this game easily. Yeah, and then you're just thrown in, and you do that, like, obviously you know you're starting, so you go through the motions, but you're thinking, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
We're expected to win this game. Yeah. It's so hard. People don't understand. You're actually fighting against yourself. Do you know what I mean? And it's so difficult sometimes to get it right. And especially with these young lads as well, they have to go and get it right. They want to get into that starting lineup sometime soon. Yeah. But they've got to be putting on performances whilst not playing regularly against a team that's going to just be up for it. Do you know what I mean? Because you know those League One teams, it's like, oh, we're playing Chelsea today. No, I'm bang on it, mate. Like, let's go. Like, they want to prove something. And that's where the booby trap is. Yeah, it is. Because you can fall into that trap and just not play well, and then it all goes wrong. And then look, they had to go and draw for some of the subs who play regularly. Lean on the bench, credit to Cardiff. And they've been playing regularly, so... But they're in good form, Cardiff, as well. They're coming with, I think, 5 straight victories. Yeah, Cardiff are no mug. Listen, I don't even know how they're down there, by the way. No, I know. Cardiff shouldn't be down there. That's a bigger question. Well, it looks like they're going to get out back in to at least where they belong in the Championship. 03717 2233 Looking back on a game we heard live here on talkSPORT, Cardiff won Chelsea through to the semi-final. The draw, I believe, is done tomorrow, and we'll be taking calls straight after the games. There are 2 more semi-finals tomorrow, and the next one is next Thursday, where I think Arsenal face Crystal Palace. Let's go to the lines. Let's go and speak to John. He's a Cardiff fan. John, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah, Jay, sorry.
All right, John boy.
Cardiff.
How are you, matey?
Cardiff,
how are you feeling after that?
Disappointed.
Hey. Yeah.
I thought we played well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor.
No, you did play well.
First goal.
You did play well.
First goal. Shocking first goal, but then there we are. That's how it is, isn't it? To be honest with you, on the way down, I said to the boys, I'd lose tonight and beat Lincoln Saturday, because our game is about getting up next year.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you boys are having a right old go at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, you should.
We walk this league. We're taking thousands everywhere. Like, we're marching through the league. That's what we do.
I love that.
With Cardiff City, we're top of the league.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? So you're not surprised.
I got to be honest. I thought Chelsea were quite poor tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it?
I know they played the ball boys, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't know whether you just heard Coley say there that, you know, this is where managers can rotate their squad. They can actually play the fringe players where they're not getting as many minutes. And it is disruptive when you've got 11 changes. Mm-hmm. You know, it is... got to get some partnerships going. You can sometimes take time to come out the traps, but there's no doubt about it. First half, Chelsea never really got going. It was a bit of a tough watch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's no chemistry there, I would say. No chemistry just yet, because they don't play together all the time. So it's just like you're putting a bunch of lads together, but you know they're very good, and they've got to work out on the pitch. And when you've got a team like Cardiff that are going to be on it, they're at home as well. They're thinking, let's go and prove ourselves against the top side. That's it. That's what you're going to get. Look,
Chelsea bought on Pedro Neto, Garnacho and João Pedro, right? And Malagusta. I mean, you're talking £150 million plus right there. Right there. So that you know. That's more than
your gaff, innit?
John Boyd, listen, safe journey, have a Merry Christmas.
All right, keep on marching, mate. Keep on marching. Keep on marching.
There we go.
Hey.
There he is, John Boyd, proud of his side. Keep the calls coming, gang. 03717 223344. If you're leaving the Cardiff Chelsea game, what did you make of it? Yeah, Cardiff played well. They had a right go. Unfortunately for them, Chelsea can bring off 150, 160, 170 million pounds worth of talent off the bench. And that ultimately turned out to be the difference. But they're going to go, it looks like they're going to get themselves promoted for the rest of the season. Let us know what you saw. 03717 223344. He's Carlton Cole. I'm Jason Cundy. Going to continue taking your calls. You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. BigGambleAware.org. evening. Thanks for your company. I listen to Carlton Cole and Jason Cundy on the Sports Bar here on talkSPORT. Going to continue taking your calls. Cardiff 1, Chelsea 3. Chelsea go through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Yet to know who is going to be the opponents. That gets drawn, I believe, tomorrow. There are 2 more quarterfinals tomorrow to find out who gets in to the semi-finals. The Sports Bar will be taking your call straight after those games. Let's go back to the lines. Let's go and speak to John, who's a Cardiff fan. John, good evening. Welcome.
Oh, hi, guys. Very happy Bluebird tonight.
Yes, yeah. Congratulations. I mean, look, you put in the right old shift. You had a right old go. But ultimately...
Yeah, I think a great experience for our youngsters. And I think the score flattered Chelsea a bit. But yeah, happy. It's not often I come away from the stadium losing 3-1 and being so positive.
Yeah. The youngsters, who was you really impressed with tonight?
Well, I know Lawler made that mistake for the first goal. I think it was Lawler.
Yeah, it was,
yeah, but such a young lad. I mean, experience for him was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, the young lads, Kean Ashford, gave it a go. Yeah, just generally happy with the with where Cardiff are at the moment. We got a fantastic manager who obviously was part of the Man City setup and has brought all that knowledge to the club. It's great.
Yeah.
Look, we had a previous caller. I don't know if you heard him saying he'd rather take you got Lincoln at the weekend, right?
We got a big game for Lincoln away. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's your bread and butter. Tonight was, you had a right go. You landed a few punches. Ultimately, we saw the bench that Chelsea have got. But back to the weekend, getting promotion. That is the main aim this season.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So and it's going well on that score. But I thought we gave Chelsea a good fright today. And
look, you're decent. I saw the last time. I saw you beat Wrexham.
Yeah, no,
that was the last round. You beat Wrexham.
Well, I think. Yeah,
you were good.
Wrexham off the park, to be honest.
You were good. You were really good, really impressive.
There was parts of today's games you were playing Chelsea off the park.
Yeah, played well.
I saw there was one time
absolutely.
on that left-hand side, and it was such good play. And then, obviously, he tried a diag. I don't know what play it was. I've forgotten. But he's trying
Davis
diag,
was the one on their left.
Yeah, and then the Chelsea's left back. Chelsea's left back cut it out with a header. But that whole passage of play was unbelievable. And then if you're taking that into the league, then you're gonna clean it. What, you're gonna sweep it clean, right?
Well, don't jinx it.
Well, it's going that way, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going really well. Yeah, I think we've won more games than any other team since the season started, more than Arsenal.
Well,
we're bringing Arsenal into this. Arsenal always gets dragged into even League One.
So what about the gaffer? Tell us a bit more about the gaffer, because the games whenever I've seen you play, I've always come away from going. I've seen you play 4 or 5 times this season, particularly that game, not just tonight, but against Wrexham we spoke about. Tell us what he's doing right.
Well, I think it's a perfect match. When he came to the club, obviously we just got relegated last season, but we had a good batch of youngsters.
Yeah.
And the club, I don't think they were willing to spend too much money on bringing players in.
Yeah.
But bringing the manager in was just an absolute perfect fit. I think he used to run the Man City under-21s.
Yeah.
I mean the play, the way we're playing these days is superb. I mean, we take risks. Don't get me wrong. That sort of football, when you're playing around the back with the keeper, you can make mistakes. But in general, it's brilliant. I think we've scored probably about 37, 38 goals this season.
Well, listen, John, commiserations. You had a right old go, but look, it's back to the day job at the weekend. Good luck there, and Merry Christmas.
I'm not too disappointed, and Merry Christmas to you guys.
Cheers, bud. Safe journey home. There he goes, John, the Cardiff fans. I mean, I suppose in some way there's a moral victory there. They can hold their heads up. They didn't get beat up.
How many teams have you seen in that position just get beat up?
Oh yeah.
It's like back again.
I think it was him or saying that it's kind of flattered Chelsea a little bit. I think Chelsea, when you get in front of goal, it's just how ruthless you can be.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea just showed that kind of ruthless edge
at that time in the game as well.
Yeah.
You need to come up trumps. You know the pressure's on. That's where they make their money.
Let's go speak to a Chelsea fan. Jamie's called 03717 222244. Jamie, up the Chelsea.
How's it going?
I'm all right, matey.
How are you, mate?
Did you go to the game?
Yes, you Chelsea.
Yeah, you went there. You went.
Yeah, I'm a guy from Absleary, South Wales.
Oh, you're a Welsh boy. Okay.
You're a Welsh boy, yeah?
I was a long-living Cardiff fan.
Oh.
You're a Cardiff fan too?
You're Cardiff or Chelsea fan?
Cardiff or Chelsea?
I was in the Cardiff end, pretending to be a Chelsea fan.
Oh, wow.
You're in the... Hold on.
So he's an imposter.
Hold on. Say that again.
He's in the Cardiff end, pretending to be a Chelsea.
Cardiff fan.
What's that? You was in the Chelsea end, pretending to be a Cardiff fan.
No, the other way around.
You're a Cardiff fan.
Oh, Chelsea fan.
You're a Chelsea fan. Hold on. Let's get this straight. So you're from Wales?
You're from Wales?
Yes.
And you're not a Cardiff fan?
And I was in the Cardiff end.
Oh.
And you're
So he wasn't in the Chelsea end with the away support?
No.
But he's a Cardiff fan?
No, he's a Chelsea fan.
No, Chelsea fan.
He's a Chelsea fan.
Oh, you're a Chelsea fan in the Cardiff end?
No. What I think what he's trying...
Hold on, Coley.
I think he's saying he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
In the Cardiff end.
In the Chelsea end.
You're in the Chelsea end?
Why are you telling us?
No, in the Cardiff end.
No, it wasn't. You didn't say that at the start, did you?
Yeah. Come on, Jay. Tell you what, I've taken down. Right. Let's start this conversation again.
We need to start.
Okay?
Reload.
Right, let's just deep breath. Right, let's go and speak to Jamie, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Jamie?
Hello, Jace. How are you?
All right.
How are you, Jay?
He's Welsh. He's Welsh.
Oh, so he's a Cardiff fan.
Are you?
I'm a Welsh boy from Absleary.
Yeah. And you support Cardiff?
I was in the Cardiff end, and I'm a Chelsea fan. Come on, boys.
Oh, now I get it.
We're messing with you.
We're only joking, geez. Come on, mate.
So listen,
I like he kept his cool though, did he?
No, he did. He
kept his cool.
Yeah. So
Didn't I?
did you sit with Cardiff? Well, you must have mates that are Cardiff fans, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. Cardiff fans.
He's with him.
Yeah, is he?
Ain't you put him in a headlock, yeah? Put him in a headlock.
No, he's driving at the minute.
No, don't do that.
Not yet. Not while he's driving. Wait till he gets out. Go on, Jay. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll speak to you first, Jay. Chelsea fan. What do you make of the game?
Well, Cardiff made a good account of themselves, but Chelsea came through in the end, didn't
he? Yeah. That bit of quality showed as well.
I knew from the start they put the big boys on the bench, and it told in the end, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? But, but you guys were good though. Really, really good.
He's a Chelsea fan.
Hey?
Don't start. No, hold on. So Chelsea were good now.
No, I'm saying Cardiff.
Right, let's speak to the Cardiff boys. Who's any Cardiff boys there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Who's that?
It sounds the same. Is he having us on?
Wookie.
You sound the same as him. What's going on here?
Oh, no. No, different person, no.
Oh, is it, yeah?
Hey, I'm not having that. It's the same bloke.
It's the same bloke, mate. I'm not having it. This geezer's like, he wears two scarves. He wears two scarves, and he's got two personalities.
It's me, Wookie.
Who's that, Wookie?
Wookie.
Yeah, Wookie.
Right. Wookie. All right, Wookie, you're a Cardiff fan, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a Cardiff fan, mate.
He didn't out Jamie. Didn't tell him on the round he's a Chelsea fan.
Well, to be honest, if he's in the Cardiff end, he ain't a proper Chelsea fan, is he? Yeah. He's plastic.
Oh, wow. Fire.
He gotta be
Shots
only.
fired.
Oh, dear.
He's plastic.
Oh, dear.
But I'm not being funny, though, guys. Like, for a League One team to come against a Premier League team and still want to play football.
Yep.
All the way through the game.
No, Cardiff were good.
Yeah.
Cardiff were good.
What more do you want today?
Wookie.
Yeah.
Listen, you got beat, though, Wookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we do. Go on, Jace, boy. I know what you do, Jace. I know what you do. I ain't having it.
He's a wind-up, is he?
Listen, boys.
You're happy.
Yeah, he's well happy,
you're
mate.
Happy like
do you know what? No. Do you know what? In the green room, he was so happy for Cardiff fans. He was like, yeah, they'll take a lot from that. You know, they'll take a lot. No, he didn't.
I definitely didn't say that.
He actually didn't say that.
You can't take a lot away from us.
Yeah, he didn't actually say
Boys, listen, safe journey home. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the call.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, mate.
I gotta go. I'm on a dole. You're gonna cost me a fortune.
Yeah, get off. There you go. Don't get me a look. Just yet.
Don't get. Yeah. Wait till you get out of the car.
So that's Jamie and Wookie, both Welsh.
Yeah.
Jamie's a Chelsea fan, sitting alongside Wookie in the Cardiff end.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You couldn't have had Chelsea shirt on.
Right.
I'm not having it.
No, you'll be okay. Let's go and speak to Jamie, who's another Jamie who's a Chelsea fan.
All
right, Jamie.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, so here's another Jamie fan.
Jamie fan?
Chelsea fan. Another Jamie fan. Another Chelsea fan that sat in the Cardiff end with my boy. He's got Cardiff.
No, I'm not having this. No, you're not having me on. No.
Hold on. What's going on here?
It's another one. It's another one.
Was there any Cardiff fans in that end?
Absolute grief.
Yeah.
He's given him grief. All the Chelsea fans. I'm a Chelsea fan. He's got his Cardiff top on. I couldn't wear my Chelsea top tonight because obviously I'm sat in the Cardiff end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've had all the Chelsea. We're right next to the Chelsea bloody fans.
Yeah.
And my little lad's given them absolute jip, and they've loved him the whole evening. They've loved him. It's been good crack.
Well, that's
brilliant crack for us.
Listen, so how old's your boy?
He's 9.
Oh, my
He's been
God.
absolutely...
Start him early, yeah? Start him early.
The way you were talking, I thought he was going to be about 18, 19, 20.
No,
he's 9.
No,
years old.
he's given them so much crack that they've turned around and they've all wanted to shake his hand on the way out. He's 9. He's 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant, boy.
Hey, this is
absolutely
see
brilliant.
abusing other fans. It's a sport for these Cardiff people, isn't it? Hey, they love it.
But for me...
And they like receiving it too. You can't win.
Before you cut me off, right? But for me tonight, obviously, I'm there. I'm from Barry Island, land of Gavin and Stacey, yeah?
Right.
I support Chelsea. I'm Chelsea through and through. Tonight, my missus last night went, I've got you tickets. Brilliant, fantastic. Taking the boy with us. And he's there with his Cardiff top on. I'm there, Chelsea fan, through and through. And I'm going, you know, giving it lads. And I've got the Cardiff fans behind me going, shut up, you don't clap them.
Yeah,
don't clap them.
Take your hands.
Oh,
Listen,
it's been fab, honestly.
what's your boy's name?
George. Big up George. Big up George.
George, big up George, man. Hey, George, that's my middle name.
Big up George. Hey, say hello, George.
That's my middle name, George. How are you, pal? How are you?
All night.
How are you, pal?
Hey, good up, George. Big up all you lads.
Hey, give George the phone. Geezer, stop hogging it.
Big up Simon Jordan.
Stop. Look, I want to talk to George. What's happening?
No, he don't know. No, he said pick up Simon Jordan. That's what George says.
Pick up Simon Jordan.
What is this?
Hey, put the phone down. It's enough. Put the phone down.
George.
Simon Jordan, what have you taught him? Well, he can't be listening to Simon Jordan at his age.
No, he can't. He should be at school. George, can you... George.
No, that's me anymore.
George.
Brilliant atmosphere tonight. Brilliant. Cardiff fans been fantastic.
Mate, we're getting a word in anyway.
One more word.
Oh, go on then. Let's have the last one as well then.
Yeah, Enzo Maresca, keep him in. He's doing a great job.
Right.
Keep him in.
Can I just have one word with George?
Yeah, go for it.
George, can you give it up the Chelsea?
Up for Chelsea.
George,
come on. Say it.
There you go. Giving pelters to the Chelsea fans. In 9, when he said my son's there giving like pelters to the Chelsea fan, he's going to be 18. 9.
Pelters.
Starting them young.
He's going to turn into a beast when he's older, isn't it?
Sounds like.
Gosh.
There you go. If you've been at the game, 03717 223344 is Carlton Cole. I'm Jason Gunner. This is the Sports Bar live here on talkSPORT. Good evening, you're listening to Sports Boys. Can't call. I'm Jason Cundy, still to come. We'll be joined by James Howard, a talkSPORT impressionist. Yes, he's taken the mick out of the presenters, and I'm one of them, by the way. He's done that. I'll be having a word with him a little bit later. Keep listening, gang. You do not want to miss that. Going to continue taking your calls on what we've seen tonight. Cardiff 1, Chelsea 3, 03 717 22 33 First off, though, it's dart season. Yes, it's well and truly underway at Ali Pally, the PDC World Dart Championship. Only one man that we want to speak to, and it's Ian Dantley. He's there. Get a bit dance in your pants. Dance, what's going on at Ali Pally?
Hey, by the way, I'll take that Impressionist on in a Jim White off, Jace. I'll have him any day of the week on a Jim White off.
Go on, then.
Easy.
Why don't you do this in Jim White's voice? Do the roundup.
Right, okay, so fantastic. Not only has it been fantastic here at Alexandra Palace, it's been brilliant here on the ground floor of Alexandra Palace on this Tuesday night. It's a fantastic game in progress. Joe Comito from Australia, the other side of the world, would you believe, has gone 1-0 up against the much fancied young German Nico Springer. Joe Comito not expected to do well, but he's nailed double four to take the first set after wins earlier tonight for Ricardo Pietreczko, who sort of Jose de Souza, and Gerwyn Price. Simon, you wouldn't want to argue with Gerwyn Price. He'd knock your block off if you said anything remotely not sensible. Well, he won 3-0 in his match earlier tonight to progress through to the second round, and so did the Freeze. I love these nicknames, Simon. Danny Nopper from the Netherlands knocked out Jurien van de Velde by 3-1. Fantastic entertainment, Jason, and also brilliant. But I'm on the ground floor. You're on the 17th floor of the news building this Tuesday evening.
PDC World Darts Championship update on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. Hit the bullseye this Christmas with a darty party at Village. Enjoy flights of festive fun with our interactive darts lanes. Available at locations across the UK.
I mean, I thought Dance would do it for about 30 seconds, but...
That's award-winning.
Excellent work there. Well, Dance will be keeping us updated on what goes on over at Ali Pally between now and the last dart that's thrown. Now, it's been an interesting week for Chelsea. We beat Cardiff City night 3-1 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. And we beat Everton 2 at the Bridge on Saturday afternoon. However, Blues gaffer Enzo Maresca made the headlines for his comments after Chelsea won 2-0 over Everton, where he spoke about the last 24 hours being the worst since he's joined the club.
Since I joined the club, the last 48 hours has been the worst 48 hours since I joined the club, because many people didn't support us.
What do you mean in terms of the not people supporting you in the last 48 hours?
Worst 48 hours since I joined the club, because people didn't support me and the team.
People in terms?
In general.
Peter? Do you mean fans or?
I love the fans, and we are very happy with the fans.
Storm, when he said that on Saturday evening. Now, Maresca was asked about his comments in yesterday's pre-match press conference before the trip to Cardiff in the Carabao Cup. Here's what he had to say to those questions.
I already spoke about that, and I think I was quite clear. No more than that.
But with all due respect, I don't think you were clear, because you said something that is open to a lot of interpretation. Obviously, when you make those comments, you have to accept the fact that people are going to talk about them.
I respect your opinion, and I respect people's opinion, but again, I don't have nothing to add, and my focus is just on tomorrow game, that we can achieve the third semi-final in 18 months since I joined the club.
Yeah, that's Maresca reacting to what Maresca said on the Saturday evening. He opened up a bit of a can of worms there.
Yeah, what is he doing?
What's
he up to?
Well, do you know what? My own personal take, when it first happened, my own personal take is that the three previous games weren't great. Leeds away, Bournemouth away, and Atalanta away, right? And the performances were nowhere near the level, nowhere near it. And I think there was a little bit of frustration. I think that there was pressure mounting. You know, we'd done brilliantly against Barcelona. I thought Arsenal, we were probably the better side. Actually, I was disappointed with just a point, even though we had 10 men. And then you got to go away to Leeds, and you get it was that's nowhere near the level, nowhere near good enough, unacceptable against Leeds.
So I get that, so we know that.
Yeah.
But who is he referring to?
That's the big Coley. That's the $1 million question.
Press?
That's the $1 million question. You can speculate about
why would you do that?
Well, that only he knows. Only he knows why he came.
What type of tactic is this?
Well, he came out and he didn't backtrack, but he certainly didn't add or pour any.
He said no. I
fan the flames.
Basically, he said, I said what I said.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
What we dealing with it?
Yeah.
You're the one that came out with it.
well, again, he had a good win against Everton. I don't think we were brilliant against Everton, to be honest. We had a good win tonight. We definitely weren't brilliant tonight. It's all about the win. We got Newcastle away Saturday morning, and then on the 27th we got Villa at home. So those two tough. I mean, the toughest game you can have right now is probably Villa. Yeah. They're the informed side, not just in this country, across Europe. So that two tough games. Let's see what we look like when we come out of those two. Back to the lines, 037172233. Let's go and speak to a Chelsea fan. Sam has dialed that number. Sam, good evening, welcome.
How you doing, Sam?
All right, Jason, how you doing?
All right, matey. Yeah, I mean,
how you doing?
Yeah, did you go to the game?
Yeah, just trying to get out of the car park. It's been a nightmare.
It is a bit of a trick.
Well, you've only just come out of it?
Yeah. No, we're still in the car.
Still in there?
Can't get out.
Oh, those ones are terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're not.
and you're gonna have to stop off as well on the way back, innit?
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop.
It's a long night.
You know what I mean?
It's a long night.
It's worth it. It's worth it tonight.
Yeah.
It was.
What do you think of the team's performance?
Well, I think it was an improvement, to be honest. We've been a bit shaky since that Leeds game. The first half obviously was shocking, but I feel like it's something to build on. You know what I mean? Like bringing the big guns on at half time was needed, but I think Garnacho was quality. I think against the Everton at home on Saturday, I think he was unlucky with some of the chances he had, and I think he proved good tonight. I think he did well. So yeah, that was a positive tonight.
Casado has been a massive miss as well, hasn't he? There's no. I mean, he returned.
Good that he got some minutes today, innit?
He did. He played against Atlanta because he wasn't spending, but he's been a big miss. I mean, we're not. Our best player is Cole Palmer, but our most important player is Casado.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I agree, but I feel like it's about just giving them confidence. We've been so good about Palmer, but every December, every season.
I know.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Who individually out of the Chelsea lads that came in, because there was obviously 11 changes, who impressed you and you think's got a chance to push their way into the first team? Because the first team are not really at it at the moment. Who out of them lot could get in?
I think Josh Armstrong, he was quality today, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be a Rolls Royce, that boy. He is. He's top,
fair, isn't it?
He's top draw.
I've watched him a few times and I'm thinking, all right, he's doing
he's like a young Rio Ferdinand.
He's young. He can play in different
100%.
multiple positions.
Yeah.
And the future's bright for him.
Indeed.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like he needs to get more game time, and Maresca needs to put more trust in him. I think Maresca's a top manager. I think we need to back him. Us fans, we love him, but yeah, I feel like
Well, listen, Sam. Good luck getting out the car park.
He's still in there, not moving.
Should be all right.
Is it standstill?
Standstill.
In the car park. Oh, mate.
Sam, listen, get yourself home safe and sound. Merry Christmas.
Take care.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
both.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Bud.
Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea. There you go, Sam, the Chelsea fan. Trying to get out of the car park. Listen, Sam, at least you've got us to listen to the whole way home down the M4. 03717223324. Next up, we'll be joined by James Howard, a talkSPORT Impressionist. Keep listening, gang, because you don't want to miss this. It does an impression of me, it does an impression of Simon Jordan, does a great one of Jeff Stelling. 03717223344. If you would come out of the stadium at Cardiff, you want to listen to Sports Wave and talkSPORT. With talkSPORT Bet, download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. BigGambleAware.org. Good evening, thank you for your company. You want to listen to Sportsman on talkSPORT. I'm Jason Cundy alongside Carlton. Cole still to come. We'll be heading over to Adelaide for the toss of the Ashes' third test. England currently 2-0 down in that. First, though, Chelsea beat Cardiff 3-1 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final earlier tonight. Blues gaffer Enzo Maresca is with talkSPORT's Joe Shannon now, and we can cross over to Cardiff now. Joe.
Enzo, well done tonight. Thoughts on the performance?
Yeah, very happy. Happy because football is full of these tricky games. It's never easy. Cardiff well organised in terms of the ball, so it was difficult to create chances. But I think overall, between first half and second half, we deserve to win the game.
How much credit do you give Cardiff for the pressure that they put you under, especially in that first half?
Yeah, but we expect that. We said that sometimes just because they are, League One, everyone expects that it's going to be easy, but it's not like that. You have to come here, do the right things, do your job. And again, I think overall we deserve and we are happy because we are in semi-final.
Yes, it is a third semi-final in 18 months, as you say. Are you feeling a little more content, a little happier perhaps after earlier in the week?
I'm always been happy since day one.
And very much looking forward to now another semi-final, an opportunity to win a trophy perhaps.
And now you have to win the semi-final and then play the final. So it's step by step. Now the focus will be on the semi-final.
Thanks, Enzo.
Enzo Maresca there with Joe Shannon after Chelsea's 3-1 victory and 2-0 victory as well at the weekend. Looking forward now, 12:30 kick-off live here on talkSPORT as Chelsea travel to Newcastle. Now, in case you haven't seen it, there's a video going around on social media in the past week. Some mug doing an impression of me and a few other talkSPORT pundits. Let's have a look now.
We've got Martin on the phone. Right, Marty?
Ultimately, I try to deliver my punditry with a high level of professionalism and, it's completely unbiased.
It's not, mate.
Well, it is.
It's not, mate.
No, it is.
It's not, mate. It's
no,
not,
it
mate.
Is.
It's
is.
not, mate.
Is.
Martin.
Is.
It's not, mate.
Unbiased.
It's not, mate.
Is.
Martin.
Is.
Martin.
Is.
Martin. It's not,
is.
Mate. That's comedian Impressionist James Howard with a viral video that went out this week, and we're like to say that he hasn't joined us in the studio. It's Jeff Stelling. Jeff, what are you doing here? It's a bit early for you, Jeff.
Well, I mean, thanks very much. Welcome back to talkSPORT. Of course, I am Jeff Stelling, and you know what? I'm joined by the charismatic Carlton Cole sitting by the side of me here, and of course, the jarring Jason Cundy. I mean, unbelievable. Should be a great show, guys. How was that?
That was good. I mean, look.
And do you know what?
No, hold on. I've got a bone to pick.
Go on.
Right, now listen. What's going on with my airline?
Look,
right?
Mate,
right, no.
Mate, it was all over the gaff.
Look, right?
That's wigs and props.
That is that. Am I that bad?
To do with me.
It's like the Batman side.
That's actually it's a bald wig with a little bit of black on top.
Oh God.
It's the best I could do.
Do you know what? I'm having
a Batman side, geez.
I'm having an hair transplant in March.
It's bag out of order.
You have to change it.
Is that real?
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
I know.
It's not because of my video.
No.
You're vain, ain't you?
Mate, it's free. It's all free. It's free, mate. Yeah, don't knock it. Don't knock it. Now, listen, what will Graham Souness think about what's happening over at Liverpool with Mo Salah? It's a bit of a contentious one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I go back to it. I mean, no player, is bigger than the team. And, like I said, I go back to it. You've got a group of players there that need to have a long, hard look in the mirror, take a look at themselves and saying, what are they doing here? And the one thing they don't want to do is go and sign Paul Pogba. I tell you that much.
Mate, so we were talking earlier about Spurs. Yeah. So what would Harry Redknapp think about Spurs at the moment?
Well, I mean, all managers need time, They've got some fantastic, terrific players, I mean, what's the lad's name, Mickey van der Nel, fantastic player, what a terrific player. The young guy, Gene Simmons, absolutely terrific, give him time, absolutely terrific, fantastic.
Well, look, Glenn Hoddle was the manager at Spurs as well.
Oh, yeah.
What's Glenn got to say about all this?
Well, I mean, the thing with Glenn is that you've got to change the voice and get a bit more croaky and a bit more up and down as well. But, Spurs at the moment, for me, struggling in sort of all departments. And, I think a striker's a must and a goalkeeper as well from set plays is, looking particularly, bang average.
Vicario's not doing it. Vicario?
Well, Vicario, yeah. I mean, he's been struggling now, particularly from corners. The guys have been
giving the ball away as well.
Distribution. He's got to improve without doubt.
Let's go about. Let's talk about Arsenal a little bit. Mike Keown, can Arsenal go all the way this year?
Well, let's get a bit more serious here. Because this Arsenal team. They remind me of the Invincibles, the team I played in for many seasons. And the thing is, with this team, they're going on a journey. Like we did with Invincibles. And I think if the players stick together, and continue to do what they're doing, there's no reason why they can't go to the top. Yeah.
And Steve Bruce, of course, knows what it's like to win the Premier League title, don't you, Steve?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at a club like Man United at the moment, and it's a funny odd situation for them. The way they're struggling, but you're hoping that the manager's given time to turn it around.
Yeah.
You're actually making the facial movement as I'm speaking.
Listen, I can hear him. I can see him.
So we're joined by Andy Goldstein and Mark Goldbridge. Guys, what do Man United need to take the team to the next level?
I'd say that's a great question. Yeah? Great question. It's amazing. It's amazing. Do you know what I do, right?
Go on.
The Man United players and the manager, what they need is a pot of Goldstein's paste, golden paste. It's amazing stuff. Amazing. I tell you, I knew it. I bloody knew he'd say that. I bloody knew it. Goldstein, he's a prat. He's an absolute prat. Go on, get out, Goldstein, get out. I tell you, I can't speak. I can't speak.
Yeah, so that's brilliant, right? I've seen the video, right? And do you know what it is as well? It's not just the voice; it's how you take your time.
Yeah,
the Mike and the Steve Bruce one, how they take their time. It's the pauses. But my one, right?
Yeah.
Right, now I do say that a lot. I knew as soon as I saw it, I thought that's me, right? I do say that a lot, don't I? Have you got any other?
No, we need
have you got any? Because no, mate, no. I do.
Cundy, what does Cundy think about Carlton Cole?
Well, he ain't doing it, mate. He ain't doing it, mate. He ain't, mate. He's rubbish, mate. Rubbish, mate. Rubbish.
How many mates are in there? Coley, I'm sorry about that, mate.
Mate, don't make me off. You can't make me off and then say I'm rubbish.
Brilliant.
So listen, that is the voice of James Howard. James, you must listen to talkSPORT a lot.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. We sort of me and my mate most days. Yeah, drive morning your show.
Right.
Up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We give you content.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, quite a lot of these actually are pretty new. Because my ones, I grew up with sort of Alan Hansen and I tell you what, I mean, we got cool circles.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, the touch is good, but the finish is even better. Unbelievable. They also a bit Matt Lawrence as well, Gary. But
we got an Andy Gray.
No, not quite.
No.
I tried. I don't know what it sounded like. Andy Gray. It came out just like a crazy Scotsman.
Yeah.
What about Jamie O'Hara?
No.
What do you mean no?
Not happening.
I'm easy.
It's not happening, mate.
It's not happening.
It's not happening, mate.
Sorry, mate.
It's not happening, mate.
Whooping, mate. Whooping, mate.
Listen, James, I really appreciate you coming in.
Thanks,
mate.
Great. Thank you very much. I look forward to the next one that's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing these on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, well, literally this year I just decided to put some out, done voices for a long time and thought, well, just see what happens. And it's been a good laugh doing them. So
where can the fans see you and get your content?
James Howard Voices on Insta and TikTok is where it's happening. But I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I've done some this year I've done some videos and they've gone down pretty big.
Well, good for you. Listen, appreciate you coming in, buddy. Merry Christmas to you as well, by the way. And next one, be kind to me.
Hey, I was.
Right, with a hairline, I'm talking.
I ain't doing it, mate.
No, I want more hair. More hair. All right? Might have to rethink that one next March.
No, I'll sort that. I'll get
James Howard, the Impressionist. Thank you very much, buddy, for coming in. Let's head up over back to Ali Pally. A bit of Ian Dance in your pants. He's over there watching the PDC World Dart Championship. Dance, what are you watching?
All right, Max Headroom. Well, we've got Joe Comito of Australia, unfancied, only making his second appearance at Ali Pally, but he took the first set off the much fancied young German player Nico Springer, but Springer has levelled it up at 1 set apiece in a race to 3. But Comito has got a chance to go 2-0 up in legs in this third set. He's on double top as we speak. He's just gone low, so he's going to try for double 10 to take the leg. He's not done that, so Springer's got the chance to get himself level. This is a far greater test than Springer and most of the people here in attendance would have been expecting tonight. Gerwyn Price comfortably through earlier, so too Danny Noppert and Ricardo Pietreczko. Our coverage continues, Jason, on the talkSPORT app, on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, and also over on talkSPORT 2 at Alexandra Palace.
PDC World Darts Championship update on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. Hit the bullseye this Christmas with a darty party at Village. Enjoy flights of festive fun with our interactive darts lanes. Available at locations across the UK.
Life after football. For a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
Good evening, welcome to Sports Bar. He's calm, Jason Cundy. How can I get around there? Still to come, we're heading over to Miami to catch up with Gareth A. Davis ahead of the big fight this weekend, and it's a return of the Midnight Train to Madness at midnight. Get your calls in early and we'll call you back. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes within reason. But first, it's the third Ashes test. It's getting underway very, very shortly. John Norman is watching for talkSPORT, and apparently the toss is coming up. John, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Jace. I'm good. The toss has just happened.
Okay.
There's good news and bad news. What do you want first? Good news and bad news for England fans?
It's always bad news, then end on good news. That's how I like it.
Yeah, all right. Okay, well, the bad news is England have lost the toss. And of all the grounds to lose the toss, this is probably the one you least want to lose the toss. It's Adelaide. That means it's a batting paradise. It's hot out there. Right. And essentially, if you lose a toss, it means you're going to be bowling for a day and a half. So that's the bad news. Do you want the good news?
Go on, then.
Steve Smith's out.
Oh, okay, right. Yes, I did hear that in the news that Irma just gave. Right, okay.
There you go. So Australia's best bat, the guy that captained the side in the with Pat Cummins out for the last two, he's basically, he got a bit ill this week. He netted yesterday. He's turned up today. He's had a little bat and then he's walked off home. He's left the ground. He's not feeling up to it. So he's off. Usman Khawaja's been given a stay of execution because everybody was writing his career off after he was dropped. But look, England, you know, they've come into this series. There's been no Cummins. There's been no Hazelwood, no Lyon. Now there's no Smith. At some point, they're going to have to look at that gift horse, you know, and take this opportunity. Hopefully today it's the day or
John,
night.
Listen, overall, look, we've not been good enough, okay? But having said that, there have been moments in both tests where it looked like we could grab the test by the scruff of the neck, and we haven't done that. Why? Why have we let this slip away, and Australia, once they got that firm grip, have punished us?
Well, that's what Australia do. As soon as they get ahead of the game, that's where they love to be. They're front runners, right? They like to get in front of the game and then just basically power through. They're the last team in the world you want to go 1-0 down to, especially in Australia. Look, day one of Perth, all was rosy in the Garden. You know, England bowled terrifically well. They batted okay, but they've essentially got a good first innings lead. And then they just got absolutely blown away, you know. And truth be told, Jace, they were poor in that second test. They were second. They were poor. They batted poorly. They fielded terribly. They bowled even worse. Even the captaincy wasn't that great. So they were a distant second in that second match. So, you know, what can they do here? They just have to perform better than they have done in this series in pretty much every facet of the game. And that is a big ask.
Who's the player that you'd say that's going to be the most important one to look out for any England fans?
That's a good question. The thing with Test cricket, you need more than one. You need 3 or 4 individuals to really step up and produce, 8 or 9 out of 10 performances. So for England to win this Test, right, they're going to need to bat big. You'd think. So they're going to look to Joe Root to go where he went in
Joe
Brisbane.
Root,
Take, score runs. Jofra Archer, he's seen a couple go down. He's been a little bit expensive. He needs to strike with that new ball. So there's 2 names for Jofra Archer and Joe Root. And then in and amongst that, well, I tell you what, Harry Brook has been speaking a lot this week. He's seen as essentially the best, certainly the most aggressive and dynamic, destructive batter that England have got. But he just has not performed. He's really thrown it away in both Test matches. He's come out and said the same thing. Need him to score big. If those 3 can have 9 out of 10 performances in this Test match, then England will be in a good position to win it.
Nathan Lyon is back. What's this pitch like for spin?
Well, it's his home ground,
right.
And it's the kind of pitch where you're not going to see a lot of spin on days 1 and 2, but as the Test progresses, then, you'd imagine, unlike the Gabba, which was he was dropped for, he didn't even play, and the Perth Test match, that was over in 2 days, so, this is the Test match for him. Even England have had success at this Test match with spin. Graham Swan, who's probably on your screens right now, actually. He took a 5 for him. I was there, 2010, reporting for talkSPORT. That's the last time England won an Ashes, 15 years ago, and he starred on that. But, of course, England have gone in without their spinner. They've picked Will Jacks ahead of Shoaib Bashir. So, they've gone, both sides have gone in with different setups or makeups to their bowling attack. So we'll find out which one pays off.
John, brilliant stuff. We'll be keeping updated. It starts, first ball is in around about 20 minutes' time, right?
It is. I'll be reporting,
right,
and hopefully I'll be on a lot, because if I am, that means Australia are losing wickets.
Hopefully I'll speak to you soon, John boy.
Cool.
Cheers, guys. John Norman there, looking ahead to the 3rd Test. England currently 2 down, and it's a big Test. This have to win it. It's a must-win, of course. Australia hold the Ashes, and a draw, of course, is no good. Now, it's time to take a look at the coming up fixtures in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, taking place to talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yes, let's have a look at some of these fixtures that are taking place tomorrow. Let's start. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start Newcastle?
Come on in.
It's a big look. They were poor at the weekend, by the way, getting beat away at Sunderland. I don't know how much of the game you saw, but they were second best, mate. And Sunderland done an absolute job of them. And Eddie Howe, of course, they're holders of this competition.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? I look at them. I think they have to bounce back big.
Yeah.
Because the fans are going to be a little bit disgruntled. And this is the type of game they can't be losing. That again, straight off the back of a bad loss, I would say. And they didn't turn up.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But they are home. They're favourites against Fulham.
Yeah.
I expect Newcastle to have too much for that crowd under the lights. They are the holders. This is the chance for Eddie Howe to get back to winning. It's been a real funny season for Newcastle. There have been moments this season where they have looked good, but largely they've looked a shadow of the team they have been in the last couple of seasons, I think. They've not quite reached the heights they have. And there have been moments that I think they've been desperately unlucky. They went down 10 minutes against Liverpool. Really unlucky to lose that. Lost against last minute against Arsenal. There's been those type of goals they've conceded late on that's cost them.
I see a lot of potential there, though. Eddie Howe is a proper good manager. We know that. It's just trying to get a song. They have been, I would say, had a dodgy start because of the Isaac situation and that. But now they've got Wisa come back. They've got Voltemade, he's a really good player.
Scored a great header at the weekend, though.
Proper player. No. You're bang out of order, you are. But,
you'll be proud of that, Coley.
No, I wouldn't. What, an own goal?
No, not an own goal. Not an own goal. We've all done it, mate. We've all done it.
I ain't done it.
No,
not like that.
Actually, not like that.
Actually, I've done it, and it's come off my shoulder and gone in.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Actually, no, it's my head. It came off my head. But I was in the wall. And it looped over the goalkeeper. Yeah,
Still all count.
Can't claim it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game anyway. Fulham need to get a good result as well, because when I look at Fulham, they're underachieving this year.
They are.
When you look at how they're playing, they're underachieving, and you look at what they need, and they're gonna need a big January window. But what I would say as well, on top of that, I hope they don't do too well, because West Ham are trying to get them in their sights, because we're trying to drag.
It's not a million miles between the pair. I think
not a million miles, mate.
I don't think they're going to get dragged in, mate. Fulham. I don't think.
Mate, anything can happen.
Oh, really? Okay, you're looking at Fulham, mate. Try and drag them back in your race,
mate. You got to. We could take anything we got, and can get.
Of course. Okay, let's look at the other game tomorrow night. Carabao Cup quarter-final. Manchester City take on Brentford live on talkSPORT. That is from 8 o'clock. Bees Gaffer Keith Andrews spoke to the media ahead of the game and said that keeping out Erling Haaland will be a tough test for his side.
Very difficult. He's a special player, isn't he? He's sometimes undefendable. You got to be on your game. It doesn't take much from me to explain that scenario to our defenders and our team as a whole, because it can't just be a single defender. It always has to be a collective in terms of service to him. Is a really important types of service, how you position yourself as a defender against him to give yourself the best opportunity to defend those individual moments until you get some help. But he's very difficult to keep quiet because he's probably the best centre forward on the planet.
Keith Andrews there looking into that game. He's talking about Erling Haaland. Well, I think that I think
he's done wonders.
I think they've been one of the biggest surprises this season.
Mate, I thought they would be rock bottom.
Well, I thought.
Listen, I'm not rock bottom, but fighting. But Keith Andrews has surprised me. Listen, I know he's a great lad as well. I've known him since. I remember playing. I was in do you know my first loan? He was in the team when I went to Wolves from Chelsea.
Right. Okay.
He was in that team.
Right.
And I've known him since then. But I've watched his journey, and he's done really well. Coming from what he's come from, and then going through, obviously, being was he set piece coach?
Yes, he was. Yeah,
he was a set piece coach, and he studied the game. And now you can see that it's hard to transition into a manager and gain the respect from the players. That is the hardest thing, and he's done that brilliantly. And they're head above water.
Yeah,
they're doing well, because especially when they've lost two of their best players.
Yes, yeah, they have,
and they're still going.
Yeah.
So
and
he's done really well.
Time of late, but doubt about it.
Yeah, but he's done well, mate. I think he's overachieved with that squad at the moment.
Indeed. Let's go back to Ali Pally. There's been a bit of a shock for Ian Danta. Dance, what have you seen?
Yeah, Joe Comito, the Australian, only playing his second time in the World Championships at Alexandra Palace, has knocked out the much-fancied German Nico Springer by 3-1. Comito could barely believe it when he pinned double 10 to secure the match in just the last few moments. And it was a night where, in truth, Jace, the bookmakers were expecting Springer to clean out Joe Comito by 3-0 to get through to round 2, but the Australian had other ideas. Springer looked frustrated throughout, just couldn't get his game going, which he's been able to do for large parts of the year. But credit to Joe Comito. We've seen 1 or 2 shocks already at these championships, and that's right up there with them. So Comito is through to round 2, winning by 3-1. Also victories tonight for Ricardo Pietreczko, Danny Noppert, and the Welshman Gerwyn Price. More action tomorrow night from 7 o'clock on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and the talkSPORT app as we move into day 7 of the PDC World Darts here at the Alexandra Palace.
PDC World Darts Championship update on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. Hit the bullseye this Christmas with a darty party at Village. Enjoy flights of festive fun with our interactive darts lanes. Available at locations across the UK.
Dance, thank you very much for that. Get yourself home safe and sound. Let's just want to go back to that Manchester City taking on Brentford. They're overwhelming favourites. Newcastle are as well. Arsenal at home to Crystal Palace. That's next Thursday evening. Who are the favourites here? I mean, City and Arsenal, the two. I mean, depends on the draw, right? Depends who goes through. Who you fancy? Why did you take the big deep breath there, Colty?
City, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't you think?
I mean, yeah. I mean, probably. Yeah, Pep knows how to do it, doesn't he?
He knows how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, it depends who you get in the draw. I mean, ideally, once you get the semi-final and you've got I don't want to speak too soon because Brentford, fans will be listening to this saying, hold on a second, so will Fulham fans, right? But you'll find out tomorrow night exactly what happens, and I'll be alongside Jermaine Pennant taking calls straight after both of those games. Get your calls in at 10 o'clock onto the Sports Bar. That was a look at the latest action, thanks to talkSPORT Bet terms and conditions. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Thanks for your company. It's Carl Cole and Jason Cundy. Still to come. We'll be heading over to Miami to catch up with Gareth A. Davis ahead of the big fight this weekend. And it's a return of the midnight train to madness in around about 40 minutes' time. Get your calls in now. And we'll call you back 03717 2233 44. First up, though, it's time for this. Yes, it's the rest of talkSPORT. We'll run you through some of the recent highlight moments across the talkSPORT network. Let's kick things off with this afternoon's Drive Time show with Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. Harrison Bent discusses running with Premier League referee Michael Oliver during his playing days.
Obviously, I was going for a bit of a bad spell. I can't remember where I was at. And I was sitting on the bench, right? And Michael Oliver walked past the bench. And he went to me, Benty, you just tore in benches. He said, "Now
during the game or before?"
No, like he was like the fourth official.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what? For about 2 seconds, I went, but then I laughed it off, man. That's what he said to me before he became our number one ref. Man walked past me and went, Benty, you just tore in benches.
I mean, wow. Referee giving bants. That won't happen now. Coley, what were you like, refs? Were you a moaner? Were you one of those always on at the referee?
No. It's cracked on.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
The thing about me, because I was a physical player, they always, and I was tall, I always got booked for high feet and arms and elbows because I was clumsy. You know, so I wasn't really, I wasn't malicious or anything like that. I could be.
Yeah.
But I knew I'd get sent off if I was, because I was when I got the yellow cards, I weren't being malicious. So imagine if I was malicious,
No,
it's
of course.
straight red.
But you weren't one of those that referee gives a decision. I mean, occasionally, I never got on refs' backs.
Nah.
I never saw the point. I just didn't.
I don't see the point.
I didn't see the point.
Because they're not going to change their minds, are they? Oh, yeah, you're right, Coley.
By the way, you're 100% right. You're right.
You're right. No. Do you know what? Do you know what? Give me that card. I'm rescinding this.
True.
No, it's okay. That's not going to happen.
Who was the worst? Who was the worst for bants with the referee?
Do you know what? Mark Noble, I'd say.
Was he?
He was just on them.
He was a skipper as well. Maybe he felt a little bit obliged. He had to.
Well, he wasn't a skipper at the time. He was just young, but he's always been mouthy.
Right.
So he's always on them, and he has banter with them. I love banter with the ref. The ref's all right.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't know if you can anymore.
I don't know if you can, but no, good banter, not like swearing at him or anything like that.
No. But I don't know whether you can actually. I mean, look, towards the end of my career, right? It changed. Referees became, used to be able to have a chat with them.
Yeah.
Used to have, but now I think you're the players with the rest. Don't even talk to one of them. Completely different.
Yeah, they need to have that relationship.
Well, I don't know if you can anymore, mate. I think it's gone. I think it's broken down, mate.
Take him out for a beer or something. You're allowed to do that.
Oh my gosh!
You're allowed to do that.
Can you imagine?
No, you can't.
Imagine someone snaps. You're sitting across from a table with.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? So,
no, mate. Sitting having a beer, having a chat with him, pally.
You think that's a rule? You think that must be a rule, isn't it? You can't go. Even if you might have gone to school with him.
No, you can't be friends, mate. I don't think you can be friends with him. Imagine. Okay, let me take it one step.
You might be mates.
No, okay. What if you went on holiday with him? Do you know what I mean? You can't
do that.
You can't be seen on Ibiza. You can't be.
Like drowning pints together. No, you can't
be seen that.
Yeah, that's actually...
Bit of glitter box, you're the referee. No, that's not
on.
Don't forget the boys are back on Drive tomorrow afternoon from 4 p.m.
So let's head to this morning's breakfast show with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoy. Let's have a listen to the boys discuss their Boxing Day plans without any football.
You are going to be at home at Christmas, aren't you? Because I know there's football on sort of Boxing Day and the day before Christmas.
I'm the same as you, mate. I've got some time off. And I cannot wait. As you heard there, I absolutely love Christmas.
Yeah.
I love Christmas. I love everything that's about Christmas, and it's just great.
And so do I, despite being stitched up unmercifully. And I tell you what, this is a sort of red letter Christmas for me, because I've been married 28 years, and my wife Lizzie pointed out the other day, this will be the first time in 28 years I have been at home on Boxing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Jeff.
Mate, I swear.
Unbelievably, right?
So, yeah.
What were we just discussing in the last break? You, me, and Ryan, the producer. Discussing that, weren't
we? Yeah, kinda.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
I've got my first day, Boxing Day, off for as long as I can remember.
That's true, you know. Like Boxing Day for a footballer is non-existent.
No, you don't. And that's fine. That comes with the territory. It's fine. But since I've retired. Yeah. I can't remember a boxing, certainly since I work at talkSPORT, and I've been here 20 years, right?
So what's it going to be like in your household this year? Come on, let's get... You've never done it. What is it going to be like in your household?
Boxing Day or Christmas Day?
Both.
Right, Christmas Day, it's a quiet one this year. Just got my mum coming round. Going to go and see my dad. My dad's in a nursing home.
Who's cooking?
Oh, they're lucky Mr. C. Oh, no, she's a fab cook.
Oh, you don't, do you cook?
No chance, mate.
What do you mean?
You
don't even peel the potatoes?
No.
Nothing?
No. No, I don't actually. I don't do anything.
That's poor from you.
Okay.
Peel the potatoes, the carrots. Come on, do something.
Here's the thing, right? She's so good at everything, I will only ruin it. I'm not a bad cook, by the way. I know my way around the kitchen. I can do it.
So how would you ruin it?
But because if there's a level above, you stick with the level above.
Mm.
You don't want to lower your standards.
Oh, so you're not going to lower it. You're going to learn to be better.
I'll tell you what happens. She cooks, I clean up. That's how it works in the Cundy household, mate. And Boxing Day, I'm going down. I've got a pub lunch. I've got a beautiful pub lunch, mate.
Oh, we're just talking about
Boxing Day.
Expensive one.
Oh, my gosh.
Arm and a leg.
Oh, how expensive. Pub lunch is it, by the way, when it comes to a roast.
What's your favourite and least favourite thing about Christmas, though?
My favourite thing are pigs in blankets, waking up on Christmas morning, and then...
That's your... in the morning, you're getting pigs in blankets?
Tell you what I do. I stuff the bird in the morning.
Do you?
A good old stuffing. Yep.
What type? What do you mean, like... stuff the bird?
Stuff the bird, mate.
What type of bird?
Give it a good old stuffing.
What? What am I hearing? Is this... Hey, you're lucky. Is it PG stuffing or is it over 18s?
No, Paxo.
Eh? Should have said so then. So what's on your Christmas list this year?
Christmas list, mate. It's just, get through it, and then watch the Super Chelsea take on Villa on the 27th at Stamford Bridge, mate. That's
all right. So
right.
Don't forget, the breakfast show returns tomorrow morning from 6 a.m.
It does indeed. We are just seconds away from the third test over in Adelaide. John Norman is watching for talkSPORT. We'll let you know all that goes on there. England in bat. Australia are bowling. Australia bat. England are bowling. Hopefully we'll be going back seeing him very, very shortly. Next up, though, we're heading over to Miami to catch up with the Gareth A. David's ahead of the big fight this weekend. This is the Sports Boy here on talkSPORT. Good evening, you are listening to the Sports Bar here at Still to Come. We're bringing the back page as soon as we get them, and we've got the midnight train. You guys know what to do. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes. Pick up the phone and dial 03717 223344. You might, do you know what? Here's the thing, right? It's that stage of the year now. You might need some advice on Christmas presents. Come to me and Coley. We will guide you. They might have a couple of issues over Christmas. I mean, you got the in-laws. Do I go with in-laws on Boxing Day? You want to get out of it? Come to us. We will supply you with all the excuses you need. 03717 223344. First off, the third Ashes Test is just getting underway right now over in Adelaide. John Norman is watching for talkSPORT. John.
Yeah, nervy start, really. England losing the toss, and they're going to be bowling on what looks like a belting track. Australia won without loss, and Jake Weatherald, Archer's got him out twice in the series so far, facing his first delivery. All eyes on Jofra Archer. There was a lot of criticism for the way he upped the speed towards the back end of the Gabba Test. A lot of observers wondering where that speed and hostility was when the contest was still ongoing, but he's just bowled his first 4 deliveries, pushing 140 kilometres an hour, but yet to get the breakthrough. The big story from the game or the day so far, Steve Smith, Australia's best bat and the captain for those first 2 games, is out. He's picked up illness. He was sick this week, and he's turned up at the ground today, and it's well, he's decided he's not fit to play. So Usman Khawaja comes in. He will bat at 4. Steve Smith's left the ground. So England need to capitalise in a way that they have not done so far in this series so far. Nathan Lyon and Pat Cummins back in for Australia. One change for England with Josh Tongue replacing Gus Atkinson. England bowling, Australia 1 without loss.
John, thank you very much. And as of course, John will be keeping us updated all throughout the evening and morning on what goes on in that third test at Adelaide. Now, talkSPORT's team has landed in Miami ahead of AJ against Jake Paul this Friday night, Saturday morning. The fight takes place live on Netflix and will consist of 8 3-minute rounds. And ahead of the big fights, of course, Gareth A. Davis out in Miami, soaking up the atmosphere. He joins us now. G-Dog, how are you, sir?
Hey.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, Carlton. How are you? Yes, I am soaking up the atmosphere at the Fontainebleau on South Beach. Yeah. I'm in Live nightclub right now. Probably won't leave it tonight. But there's the workouts going on behind me. We've had Caroline Dubois in there already. But of course, we await Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul working out here tonight. And then we've got 3 fights in here, and then the nightclub will kick off. It's absolutely brilliant.
You live the life, you do. You guys aren't, listen, mate, you are something else. You live the life.
He looks like he's ready to go out. Listen,
mate, he's ready.
Before we crack on with that, there has been some big breaking news in the world of boxing. 5 division champions announced his retirement. This is Terence Crawford at the age of 38 with a perfect record of 42-0. Talk to us about how, I mean, it's a shock, or is it?
It is a shock. Terence Crawford, as you say, 42-0, 3-weight undisputed champion, 5-weight world champion. He first came to our attention beating Ricky Burns in Scotland at lightweight. He's just had that massive fight, which was also on Netflix, like this one is on Friday night, with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he's saying he wants to keep his legacy intact, wants to go out undefeated. Gents, I think this is a tactic to get more money, in my view. I think it's a tactical affair, because he's supposed to be fighting Canelo again in September. So I just think he's stepped away so that people try and draw him back with a big truckload of cash.
Do you think he'll get that cash? Because he's not like he hasn't got the charisma as some of these fighters. What do you think is going to get him that cash? Is this the only step he's got to do it?
He's got the physical charisma in his switch hitting style. He's an amazing boxer. He completely outboxed and befuddled Canelo in that fight back in September that we were at for talkSPORT. I think he will do it again. I just think he's capable of he's become a bigger personality in the sport. He's one of the favoured sons of Turki Al-Sheikh. I think they'll get him back. If he does walk away, though, at this point, and we don't see him again, he's got an incredible legacy as the pound-for-pound #1 right now.
Gareth, listen, we're a few days away from the fight, and can you feel the atmosphere building in Miami? What's the build-up like out there?
Really exciting when you get your Uber ride, the Netflix adverts on. You've got to think about what Netflix are doing here. It's their 4th foray into boxing in 13 months. They started with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, 65 million concurrent streaming views around the world, 108 million people watched that. Afterwards, they did Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, did 6 million. He fought, he's fighting Anthony Joshua now. That'll do massive numbers. Canelo and Crawford was streamed on Netflix. These guys with 300 million subscribers, 301 million subscribers, they are becoming big players in the broadcasting market. This is a fight with jeopardy. We're worried about the safety of Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. Is he going to treat it like a sparring session? The big fella, the former 2-weight world champion. Maybe he'll shock all of us and just take him 8 rounds. A lot of people, though, I don't know what you guys want him to do, but I wouldn't mind if he just went the 8 rounds with him. I think he'll stop him in the 3rd, but it wouldn't surprise me if he used it as sparring.
I mean, look, there's been so much speculation about why this fight's put on. We know why this fight's put on. You know, it's about the money, but is this a risk for AJ? I mean, it's a bigger risk for AJ, surely. I know everyone I speak to, and I've been listening to talkSPORT a lot, AJ's going to walk this. He's not on the same planet as AJ. You know, this should be a cakewalk. Is it going to be that easy for him?
It should be, because it's one of the biggest mismatches in history. Right. We've had some big ones down the years. You know, Muhammad Ali was meant to fight the basketball player Wilt Chamberlain, 7'1" tall, but they pulled him out in the end because they knew he'd be no match for Ali. If Jake Paul wins this, and I've got him 1 in 100,000 to win it, it'll be the biggest upset ever in boxing, one of the biggest upsets in sporting history. No, he almost can't win. What we do find out in this fight is what the cojones are really like with Jake Paul, how seriously Anthony Joshua is taking it, whether he just treats it as a little run out and a warm-up. He's got to be a little bit careful. He can't go out there and destroy Jake Paul in another sense, in my view, even though people want him to do. I think he'll go out there with his jab and he'll target the body. He'll avoid the big overhand right from Jake Paul, but really, it's like one of you guys stepping in against Anthony Joshua.
It is.
After a little bit of training. It really is. It's.
I wouldn't mind getting knocked out for 20 million.
You would, I don't know. Would Carlton beat Jake Paul? He probably would. Do you think you'd beat him?
No way. No way. Not with his training. No chance. He looks good. He actually looks good.
Oh, I'm not sure.
To the average man. To the average man, which I am, I think he knocks me out.
You think Jake Paul knocks Carlton Cole out?
Yeah, there's a headline.
I'd hate to be reporting that.
There's a headline.
I'd hate to be reporting that from ringside.
Anyway, let's move on to look, there's reports over the weekend suggesting that we might finally be getting the Fury versus AJ. Yeah. First of all, what do you make of the potential matchup? And then, are we going to get this fight too late in their careers? Because it does seem that way.
Well, it's been 4.5 years that we've been talking about it. It was nearly made all that while ago before Tyson Fury went into his trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder. They've had the same parabola together. They've been in the same diaspora and the same milieu for the last decades, the two heavyweights. We've needed this fight to bookend an amazing era in British heavyweight boxing. They're two behemoths. Yes, we need to see it next year. Yes, they've been talking about this for a couple of months. And again, the Saudi Arabians are involved. They're both going to have a warm-up fight. This isn't one of the warm-up fights for AJ. This is second of the 2 warm-up fights. And it looks like we'll get it in September next year, either in Riyadh, if Riyadh are backing it and they want to get it there, or Wembley Stadium. Obviously, we'd rather have it at Tottenham or at Wembley in front of British fans, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's a 2-fight deal and the first one is in Riyadh at the opening of Riyadh season.
Amazing stuff, looking forward to it. G-Dog, appreciate your time. I got your message the other day. You're off to Stringies in the Metropolis tonight, is that right?
Oh.
Is that right?
That's the one.
There you go.
That's the one. I'll be back ready for breakfast.
Your usual table, Mr. Garrett.
What a man. I love you, man. You're my hero. You're my hero, mate.
G-Dog, appreciate your time, bud.
And you're mine. Cheers.
Top man, there is Gav Davis over in Miami, looking ahead to the AJ Jake Paul fight. You can watch that fight on Netflix Friday night, Saturday morning. Next up, though, we'll be hearing from Garnacho after the Club World Champions up the Chelsea. One tonight against the mighty Cardiff. You're listening to Sports Bar here on TalkSport with TalkSport Bet. Download the new TalkSport Bet app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Good evening. Thanks for your company. I listen to Sports Bar. He's Colt. I am Jason Cundy. Still coming. Got the midnight train. That's coming up in around about 15 minutes' time. You know the rules. No sport, no politics, no religion. Nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes. Pick up the phone now. Dial that number 03717 223344, and we'll call you back. So it's a free call. You want some advice? You might want Now he might be struggling for a present for the partner. When we want to get out of going on Boxing Day to the in-laws. We have excuses for you. First up, the third Ashes test is well and truly underway over in Adelaide. Watching for talkSPORT is John Norman. John.
Yep, good evening to you, Jace. England losing the toss and they are bowling in good heat as well in Australia and Adelaide, where it can really get hot and steamy. It's not the pitch where you want to be bowling first up. Australia have won their first toss and they are batting, although they're doing it without Steve Smith, who's out the side. He's picked up an illness this week. So Usman Khawaja, who had been dropped, is back in, batting at 4. 15 without loss, and it's Bryden Carse and Jofra Archer who are opening the bowling for England. And already Bryden Carse, he's actually got a touch of swing at the start of the test, and he's getting the ball to jag back into the left-hander. But he's also bowling a couple of deliveries that are just a little bit too wayward. Short and wide and cut away by Travis Head in this over. He's 8 not out. And Weatherald, who's had a great introduction to Test cricket, he is 4 not out. So England really looking to Jofra Archer for speed and a couple of wickets before the lunch break. The swing that I mentioned isn't going to last long. This is a pitch that is expected to favour bat in a way that we haven't seen in the series so far. So England need to strike with that new ball. 15 without loss at the start of the innings. We've had 4 overs. England losing the toss and being asked to bowl first.
Thank you very much, John. Now, the back pages will come shortly. First off, though, Chelsea beat Cardiff City 3-1 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final earlier tonight. Blues winger Alejandro Garnacho spoke to talkSPORT after the game. They admit the Cardiff made it difficult for his side.
Yeah, we know already this type of team is always hard to play away. And, yeah, I think they did a really good job, but I think in the second half we were a little bit much better. And, yeah, we controlled a little bit more the game, and then we won.
That was Alejandro Garnacho looking back on that victory for the Club World Champions into the semi-finals against the mighty Cardiff. It's now time for the Ralph Ellis back pages. Yeah, that music means only one thing. JC is in the house. Jack Cunningham. JC, how are you, sir?
Evening, lads. How you doing?
All good and well. Let's kick off with some of the back page headlines. FIFA announces £45 tickets for the lucky few, says the back page of the Times. Now, this is one of those stories that is going to run and run until the World Cup.
Yeah.
£45 tickets. Explain this story.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week when we saw the incredible cost that it was going to be for England fans. We're talking about it was going to be about £5,000 a ticket alone. The backlash has been from every single country because they're like, what are you doing? So FIFA now introduced a special cut price supporters brand of £45 tickets. And they're going to the FAs, specifically the FAs, who then dish it out to the members. However, out of all the World Cup tickets, they're only going to be 10% of them. So still, yes, fair enough, some people will get cheaper ones or what have you, but otherwise, the rest of them are still that ridiculous brands that we all saw last week, which are not affordable for most people. And this is, to be honest, either this is just a PR thing because they feel like we need to do something.
So do you think this is like been basically because they've heard the backlash, obviously. So they're just like trying to cover their hind.
Yeah, they are. I think that's what it is. But ultimately, Carlton, it's not. It's only 10% of the tickets. I'm sorry, like you're basically what you're doing is you're saying that some people can pay the prices they can afford, and everyone else is going to have to fork out, life savings or whatever to go. Like, if you, genuinely, I was trying to work it out, and I was like, it's if England get to the final, it's about £5,000 of tickets. You then have accommodation, travel. You've got to get around 3 countries potentially, and then there's actually living there and being there because you can't just go there a day and not spend any money.
In this climate as well, like financial climate.
Do you know what I mean? It's so tone deaf. Yeah. It's actually unbelievable. They don't care. They don't care. They don't want the actual fans there. All right. As that.
Bruno hurt. United tried to sell him in the Times. Bruno Fernandes has claimed he was hurt, that Manchester United wanted to sell him to Saudi Arabia in the summer.
Yeah, really interesting interview this from Bruno Fernandes. I'm not really sure about the timing of it, but he's basically been talking about how in the summer that move to Saudi Arabia that he turned down. There was a Saudi team who were willing to bid £100 million for him. Manchester United were inclined to accept that, which I think at 30-year-old Bruno Fernandes, as much as he is a talisman, and any other time he'd been at the club, he probably would have won Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. because he is that good. But ultimately, I think at some point you've got to look at the money and that and say, fair enough. But he's saying he felt hurt that they would even consider the money. He also slated some of his teammates.
Does he?
His current ones. He said he felt hurt that they were willing to let him go, but not players who maybe don't get it or don't care as much. So I found the timing of this really, really weird. I feel like he's almost kind of soft launching an actual move next summer rather than...
Interesting.
Because I understood he turned it down, but equally, if they come back in again and Manchester have not had a good season, which at the moment, let's be honest, even playing one game a week, they're still not doing anything.
Yeah,
watch this space. I think, JC, I think you're absolutely right. Your club, how in war of words with his captain, Bruno, says the back page of the Mirror, and not right in the head. Eddie Howe has had some words with his skipper.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes after the Derby defeat, which, I'm so glad I wasn't in yesterday. So he called it a mess and embarrassing. And I thought he was the only one who, because Howe's comments were a bit wishy-washy after the match. And I look, there's nothing I love Eddie Howe. What he's done with my club is incredible.
Yeah.
But he has got this wrong. He has got this wrong. The Derby is more than just a football match. The Timeway Derby for Newcastle and Sunderland fans, even though Newcastle in the Champions League and even though Newcastle have won stuff, it still means a lot. And to go to the Stadium of Light and deliver a performance that was that weak, that pathetic.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That lack of anything. I get it at half time. I wasn't too disappointed because I thought I could see they're trying to just kill the game but it was there to be won. We conceded the goal and that was the annoying thing. After that, it was insipid. Didn't win a header, didn't win a 50-50.
No, it was such a poor performance, and you have to sometimes own it.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to own it. That was not good enough.
No,
do you think it was the atmosphere?
I don't think so.
Don't you think? Because I remember I was talking to you.
on
Friday night, and I was like, some derbies sometimes it's so intimidating for players. Yeah, and they bottle it.
I do understand what you're saying, Carlton, to be fair. But I do think it was very different to the last time Newcastle and Sunderland played when Sunderland were a Championship team and Newcastle were a Premier League team. Most Sunderland fans would just turn up thinking, we'll just not get beat too heavily and we'll move on. This time, I think every single Sunderland fan went to the Stadium of Light fully believing that they could win. And they did create a great atmosphere. But what Newcastle did, which is why I was fine with 0-0 at half-time, killed the atmosphere because there was nothing in the game. No one created any chances in the first half. There was no chances. It was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen in the first half. But then, so that's why it was there to be, which our superior quality should have shone through, and it didn't. And the issue was, once we conceded, we had 20 minutes where we just couldn't get the ball back. It was absolutely
a lot of your players underperformed, and
they did.
The best side won, I tell you.
No, they did.
They did. What's on the website, talksport.com?
Well, obviously we've got the Ashes on at the moment, and Steve Smith has been ruled out. This was totally unexpected. He was named in the team yesterday for Australia. Turned up to bat today, and apparently he's unwell. So it's not actually an injury or anything. He's just feeling a bit ill.
Poorly.
But by the way, there was a clip I saw before as well of the coach saying, no, you're not. And he looks good because Steve Smith is a player who has caused England so many problems so many times. And also, from a cricket fan's point of view, I wanted to see the Jofra Archer-Smith battle again because we saw it at the end of the last test, even though it meant nothing. Smith was chirping at him saying, bowling fast now, you got nothing going on, champion. Archer was chirping at him saying, oh, you're playing shots. There's nothing going on. It was what the Ashes about, that little bit of feistiness. And we're not going to see that, unfortunately. But someone needs to do it for England because Australia have won the toss. It's a very hot day. This could turn into Australia just batting all day and it could be a long
yes,
day.
We're nearly 6 overs in. It's 0 for 24. John Norman will keep us updated on all that goes on. JC, thank you very much, buddy. Okay, next up, though, we've got the midnight train to Manders. You know what to do. Pick up the phone, 03717 223344. It's part of the show that you own. We don't own it. No calls, no train. I don't have to beg, I have to cry. And here's what normally happens. We get about 3 callers in, then the lines go crazy. Don't wait for them. Get yourself in first. Get ahead of the queue.
Get involved.
Get yourself in first class on the midnight train to Madness.